So as we've discussed, part of our CO2 car project includes managing our budget and using our budget to make purchases from the shop. So this is how to write a check. We've gone over this in class, but in case you need the recap, here's where we're at. You start off by filling out your name in the top left corner. So for me, I'd go ahead and put Ms. Marshall. And where it says pay to the order of right here, you're going to put the person who's receiving the money. In this case, it's going to be WIMS Engineering, so WIMS Engineering. And the date today, as I'm making this video, is April 4th, so I'm going to put April 14th. So I'm going to put 4/14/2022 in the date. Don't worry about the check number. You can cross that out or just leave it blank. In the real world, in real life, your checks are all numbered so that you know this is the first check I've written, and you can keep track of where you're writing all your checks and where they're going to. Now in this little box right down here, this is where you're going to write out the number of the dollar amount that you are paying. So let's say I am buying my balsa wood body blank, which is $6,950. I'll go ahead and write out that number. And you usually want to include the cents, either separated by a decimal point, or sometimes you'll see people put them just as 00 up top to say that there are no cents. Now, because we don't want our check to be altered, we're going to rewrite that number, but in words. So out here, I'm going to write out 6,950 and 0 100s. By writing it out in both numbers and words, this ensures that no one can come and tamper with this number by adding an extra 0 in here, because they'd also have to change the written words here. Down in this for line, you're going to write a description of what you are buying. So this is just my balsa wood body. And if you are purchasing multiple things on one check, you could do a little list. You could write above, next to, or potentially below, but you don't want to write over top of these numbers since, again, in the real world, those are necessary in order to actually transfer the money. And then in our signature line, we go ahead and sign it. Now, if you do not have a signature, that is okay. You can use this as an opportunity to start creating and practicing one. Your signature is usually your name written in cursive. So you can always start there. If you want to get a little stylistic with it, you can. I like to add a smiley face to mine personally, but you just writing your name neatly or in cursive is a good start for your signature. And that is how you're going to write a check. Now, when you are writing a check, please make sure that you're double checking your math before you actually write this out. You can fill this out in any order, so if you wanted to start off by listing the things, doing your math on the side, and then writing in your number, that might be a good way to make sure that you are not giving me the wrong amount of money.